Wildcats will go to the pen and call on one of their left-handed specialists with 2 lefty bats coming up with the next 3 hitters, including notorious K-State killer Porter Brown. So Adam Arther into the game will come in with 2 runners on, 1 out. Josh Wintrobe leaves as the pitcher, a record for K-State. There's the outing for Wintrobe, by far and away his best outing in the Big 12. And that's an encouraging sign moving forward for the super senior right-hander. And now Adam Arther, tall, lanky lefty out of California. 0-1, 6.75 ERA, but he has been very good lately for K-State. And the side armor that's going to bring it in the upper to mid 80s with a fastball. And he's got a changeup that looks like a slider. I don't know what you call that pitch, but that's how it's described. At the mid 70s or low 70s. Changeup that looks like a slider.
Obviously, got to be cutting it a little bit.
Well, he'll take on a tough customer here in Porter Brown, who lifetime against K-State through TCU and now Texas has just absolutely destroyed K-State pitching. And Arther deals a side-arming strike. The Wildcats, in their arsenal in the bullpen, have 2 side armors on the left side and 2 side armors on the right. Brown just fouls it away. 0-2 for the pre-med doctoral student. Porter Brown is going to earn himself a lot of money either in the private sector or in professional baseball.
He's got a bright future.
Tremendous ball player. 0-2, hit on 1, hop to short. Culpepper flips to Day, who gets 1 and wisely decides to holster that and not take it to first. So a force at second base on Ballou. That is the second out.
The way the defense was playing, I think Culpepper, if he had it over to do over again, would have taken it himself and had a better shot. Probably not going to turn a double play on that because how far he was away. But because of the shift and where it was, just would have had a better chance of maybe turning the double play.
Brown runs well. As you said, it would have been difficult, but I think you're right. This ball popped up into the night sky right side, carrying from Gasparino, and Lotus net the wall will make the grab. And Adam Arther out of the bullpen, able to get around a leadoff walk and leaves the base runner stranded. Well, pinch hitter to begin here in the 7th for Texas. The Wildcats will leave Adam Arther in there, and with Jack O'Dowd, the lefty, due up. We'll go to the bench. And Casey Borba, true freshman from Santa Ana, California, will make his first appearance in 5 games. And Arther splits the plate with a strike. Borba hitting .219 with 1 home run. Ground ball right to Culpepper. And he'll take care of that. First man out here in the 7th. Kansas State taking advantage of a Texas team that has struggled with 1 word. And that word, Sophie Smith has it as we send it down to her. What's the word that Coach Pierce told us, Sophie?
Brian, the word is consistency. Coach Pierce said that has been their biggest enemy right now. And he says the message to his team is just trying to be consistent in all areas of their play.
Yeah, it's been... They pitch well in a game, but they can't make a defensive play. They play well defense one game. The offense gets shut down. Today, started out well offensively, but on the mound just could not find the strike zone early, and the Wildcats made them pay. 1-1 here to D. Kennedy.
Also defense.
The
first and third steal wasn't executed defensively, and Cats got a run. Bunt. That it wasn't, the rotation wasn't right, and nobody covered second base.
Culpepper's going to get another chance. 2 gone.
Pitcher has to feel pretty good when they see that ground ball going over to Kalen Culpepper, because awfully good fielder, and then that arm can make up any difference as far as speed's concerned to the base runner.
He was the best defensive third baseman in the country last year. Back to his natural position, and he has flashed again at shortstop, showing he's more than capable of playing those two positions at the next level. The Wildcats lead the Big 12 in fielding percentage. And their offense, after tonight, will also be in first place in the Big 12. This is where you get back to what Pete Hughes and his staff have built to this point. You know, had to navigate through COVID, but here they are. This team is poised to pick up where last year's team left off. Felt like they got snubbed from the postseason. That hasn't been their only motivator for this year, but they have put together so far a very strong start. Arther trying to come inside will plunk Jared Thomas. Two-out runner. And that'll bring up lefty Peyton Powell.
With an awful lot of experience out on that field, not just in here at K-State, but also the transfers that have come in. Then you also have kids who have developed. Lotus, who's now playing right field and doing a good job. But the anchor of the team stayed together after last season, whether it be pitching or hitting, and they just very experienced group out there. A lot of juniors and seniors. And
on the other side, you got a pretty young team for Texas, getting their first taste of a charged environment in the Big 12. Not that Texas Tech wasn't when they went there, but the Red Raiders were kind of zapped out of that series early. The offensive explosion of Texas, and Tech has spiraled since then. They have, like TCU, been near the bottom of the conference. Arther has missed here a little bit with command in the seventh, working to two lefties in Thomas and Powell, and now behind 3-0.
I don't think they're going to have a real long leash, as potent as that offense is.
Yeah, 10 runs you would think would be fine. K-State struggled early on the mound. They have been much better the last 2 weeks, but as you said, I don't think Pete Hughes will go too long here. I'll hit my pitch, and now I walk by Arther with 2 outs. 2 on Jalen Flores, who homered earlier in the game. Nobody warming at the moment. One pitcher has just jumped up to start getting loose, but nobody ready to come in behind Arther. We'll see if he can get the right-handed hitting Flores. And Flores takes the pitch inside for ball 1. And Pelletier, a veteran move, will walk out to the mound. Montreal native talking with Adam Arther, who says his 3 things in life are faith, baseball, and roller coasters. Those are his 3 credos for Adam Arther, the left-handed pitcher.
Kind of throws like a roller coaster.
1-1. Pete Hughes loves to tell the story that Adam Arther on his recruiting visit, you know, normally guys are trying to convince the coach, hey, I'm all about ball, I'm all about. And Adam Arther just kind of bluntly said, faith, baseball, just coach, so you know, 3 things in my life that are my priorities: faith, baseball, and roller coasters. Pop up to right. Lotus comes in, makes the grab. The inning is over. So the little pep talk from Pelletier pays off. And a roller coaster inning for Arther ends with him shouting in triumph. All Wildcats here in the opening game of a 3-game series for the Big 12 leading Kansas State club. It was ranked prior to the season and has now jumped back into the top 25 at number 23. 14 unanswered runs by K-State since the second inning. They have hit 3 home runs, but that hasn't really been the big factor. It was walks by Texas and then doubles by K-State that have spiked the ERAs for LeBaron Johnson, Cody Howard, and the rest of the Texas bullpen. Adam Arther will stay in to face Max Ballou to lead off the 8th. Strike 1 by Arther. This will be the 8th batter he's faced. Ballou fouls that pitch off. It is 0-2. Nobody warming behind Arther, so K-State may ride his left arm for the remainder of this game. We'll see. He's only thrown 23 pitches. And Ballou trying to stay on that. Makes it still 0-2 with the foul ball. Arther, a top 30 pitcher in the state of California in the high school ranks, coming out of Altadena, California.
Pelletier's trying to get Arther to get in farther away. Those last two pitches stayed over the plate. He may have to go completely behind the right-handed batter's box.
He almost does here. The ball comes inside, and it's hooked foul by Ballou. Arther has limited left-handed batters to a 167 average coming into the game today. And left-handers so far in the game against him are 0 for 2, although he has hit a man and walked one. Left-handed hitter. Strike 3 called here on the outside corner. He caught the front corner as it whizzed across from Arther, and he gets his first strikeout.
Had great movement. Pelletier was set out, but he had to reach back over the corner in order to get that strikeout.
A look at Pete Hughes in the dugout watching this one. Coach Hughes was honored prior to the game for his 800th win that just came last weekend down in Houston. Strike one here to Kimball Schuessler, who bats for the first time. There's Gene Taylor on the left. Casey Scott, who oversees baseball, one of the senior staff for K-State. He got a commemorative bat. There was a long video that was played that honored Pete Hughes prior to the game as well. A lot of former players from his stops at Virginia Tech, at Boston College prior to that, and also from here at K-State that offered up great words to their former leader. This pitch popped up into right field off the bat of Schuessler. Day out, Lotus in, 2 outs. And it looks like Pete Hughes and company well on their way to win number 803 in the 27-year career of the Boston native. And really, I mean, you think about Pete Hughes, you hear him talk, he's got that heavy Boston accent and East Coast sort of vibe, but he has meshed so well because of sort of that chip on the shoulder, blue collar type attitude. It just fits in perfectly here at K-State.
He's very positive, and that's one thing that this game can beat you down as a coach. And he feels good about his kids. He always believes in them, and the culture he's been able to set here also has been, you just look at all the kids who returned this past year after the disappointment of not going to a regional, to be able to keep those kids here and playing for K-State and playing for him in this, era of transfer portal and NIL and all this other stuff says a lot about him, a lot about the program.
Gasparino could not be farther behind home plate to try and get a look at Arther unless he was standing on the power cat. Never seen an opponent be that close to behind the plate. Look where Gasparino is in the shot here.
It's pretty dangerous to be there, not just from a wild pitch standpoint, but also from a foul ball standpoint.
He continues to inch more towards home plate on every pitch. Ground ball to the shift, Rivera. In his natural position, shortstop, and he'll get Porter Brown. So Adam Arther works another 1-2-3 inning in the 8th. Texas is stranded 6, bottom of the 8th for the Wildcats.